Let's go! The beautiful game is back. The best competition in the whole wide world. The UEFA Champions League is back, and Barcelona is ready to face one of the toughest games of the year. And they have to play away from home at St. James Park. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona and Newcastle facing each other. It's going to be one of the toughest environments in the world of football, especially for match day one, undeniably. And I am just so stoked and I'm excited. It kind of sucks we have to wait until Thursday for this amazing matchup, who is just going to be crazy. And I'm going to break it all down with you. I'm going to get to so many things, the lineups, the predictions, the strengths and weaknesses. And I'm going to have so much fun with you guys. But look, guys, this Barcelona on a revenge tour, chasing for the sixth Champions League title in team history. And they were denied last season. Just last season, we should have been in the final. And unfortunately, we had a disappointing defeat to Inter Milan. It was a crazy, man. We were 90 seconds away from reaching a final that we hadn't done that in 10 freaking years. And that's crazy, man. 90 seconds away from doing that. It was heartbreaking. But look, Newcastle, it's at home. They're not going to be an easy out. They're going to be physical. They're going to be aggressive. And they'll try to make this game a battle. And they will make this game a battle. Make no mistake about it. But Barcelona, on the other hand, they want to protect the ball. They want to attack through the wings, overlapping. But Newcastle will look to sit back and absorb all that pressure. And then they're most likely going to want to hit us in transition. This is the kind of team that they are. And that style, that's kind of play into the hands of Newcastle, because Barcelona likes to possess the ball and attack, and Newcastle likes to absorb that pressure. So that's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see how all this unfolds, to be honest. But Barcelona, they have the perfect recipe. They got players with history against Newcastle. Marcus Rashford scored 5 goals and 3 assists in 15 games. Ferran Torres has scored 4 goals in just 2 games. Lewandowski has scored 2 goals, 1 assist in 4 games. So at the end of the day, we do have that firepower. And I think, even though this is a matchup that Newcastle is going to want to get every single time because of their style of play, Barcelona, though, having the players to attack Newcastle is not going to make it fun for them, and I can guarantee you that. Hi everybody, welcome to Barça Volume, and welcome to the Champions League debut of Barcelona versus Newcastle match preview, baby. And if you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like this video, and leave me a comment with your predictions on it. I am dying to read you all and see what's your prediction for tomorrow's game. Now, let's talk a little bit about the lineups, and I will get to my strengths and weaknesses here in just a second. But I do want to kind of like go over with you guys and kind of show you kind of what Foot Mob is telling me, right? We're supposed to line up with Joan Garcia, who's, hey guys, let me tell you something. This is going to be a huge game for Joan Garcia, because Joan Garcia, I mean, he has been great for Barcelona, probably the best, one of the better players of the season, but these are the type of games that we brought him for. We want him to be good tomorrow, and most likely, you guys, you bet you, if I'm going to be watching Joan Garcia, I think this is going to be a huge game for him, probably the toughest. I do expect Newcastle to have some success in this game, so he will get opportunities to show up and show out what he can do as a goalkeeper, and I am just dying to see that. I cannot wait. So, according to FootMob, our starting backline is going to be Koundé, Eric Garcia, Cubarsí, and Gerard Martin. Now, let me tell you this. I disagree with this. I think this will be horrific, by the way. I think we need to have Koundé at right back. I think we need to have either Christensen or Araujo, and I'm going to tell you why. Araujo is our biggest defender by a landslide. Nobody's even close. I think he's like 6'4", 6'5", something like that. And I think Nick Weltmade, I think that his name is, that guy is so tall and so much taller than everyone else at Barcelona. That's not even funny. This guy's almost 7 feet, man. So we need to have at least Araujo who can at least body him and at least bother him and at least kind of try to out jump him. That's the only thing they can do. And I know they're gonna be doing these long crosses and they're gonna try to get as many crosses as possible for Nick, and that's gonna be a crazy matchup. So if we have Eric there, that's already a recipe for disaster. Now, Kubarsi, I definitely agree. Kubarsi should be there. Gerard Martin as well. I do agree he should be there, especially for those set pieces, for those corner kick. Having a player that size, Gerard Martin, probably even if Balde was good, I would probably have a case for Martin only because of sizing, and that's just how important it is for us to have that kind of player and that kind of size. It just adds so much to the team. Now, of course, we're gonna get Pedri and Marc Casado for the double pivots. I still don't think that Marc Bernal is nowhere near ready, especially up against such a physical team. I think it will just be nuts to have him there. So I do agree with this. So now at the 10 has to be Fermin Lopez. That kind of form he was on last game, I need to see that once again. And I'm looking at Fermin Lopez as being one of the most exciting players to watch in this game as well, because consistency has been the issue with him. And putting two games together is going to be extremely important for him to start taking over the number 10 spot. So I am looking at Fermin, and I actually think this is a great matchup for him. I actually think that he's going to have a ton of space to run for. He last time he ignited the troops in the pressing. High pressing was insane, and it was Fermin Lopez who I saw with the most energy, and he's going to be doing this once again in this coming up. I just can't wait to watch Fermin Lopez and see what he can do in the second game after playing an amazing game last week and getting the man of the match. So, according to Footmom, it's going to be Rafinha and Ferran Torres on the right and Rafinha on the left, and also Lewandowski. Now, there's a few things I want to say about my starting front three. I would definitely start Rashford on the left, just because Rashford has is kind of used to playing up against Newcastle. He's going to have the spaces. This is the game we brought Rashford for. In case Lamine Yamal is injured, we can have Rafinha on the right and we can have Rashford on the left, attacking and offering that width that Gerard Martin is not going to do. He's not going to spread the field. So for Rashford will be a player that to watch for off the left. Then we're gonna have Rafinha on the right. We saw what he did. He scored 2 goals playing on his natural position, which is the right wing. Rafinha up against Valencia. So I want to see that again to start off this game. I am benching Ferran Torres, and absolutely 100% I'm having Lewandowski back in this game. We cannot afford to have 2 good chances and not score the goal. So I need to have somebody who can finish the plays better, and let's be honest, Lewandowski is miles better when it comes to finishing. If he gets 3 chances, he's most likely going to get 2 of them back in the back. So I'm having Lewandowski back in this lineup. I think it's going to be just insane. So as far as let's get into the strengths and weaknesses now, because I think this is also very, very important, and it kind of sets up what I already talked about when it comes to either Barcelona and Newcastle. So I think Barcelona's strength is going to be ball possession, creativity on the wings, like I said, and experience in big matches. And I think this is something that most people don't talk about. It's very important. Newcastle does not have as much experience as Barcelona does, and I think this is something that we need to talk about, because big nights like this, the more experience that you have, the better it is, and the more it's going to help you to have more calmness, more composure, more poise, and I don't think Newcastle has that. Now, some of their weaknesses as far as Barcelona, they can get bullied physically, and this plays right into the hands of Newcastle. And sometimes, not just sometimes, all the time, Barcelona struggles to defend transitions, and this is exactly Newcastle's Newcastle's strength. They have physical dominance. They have intensity at home. And they are extremely dangerous in counterattacks. So as I was saying, if you get one team that struggles in transition and then we get another team that is dangerous in counterattacks, then that's a recipe for disaster. This is why I have him scoring 2 goals on this game. This is going to be, you remember those games where Barcelona wins 5-4 or 4-3 like we did against Inter Milan? This is exactly going to be the same case in this situation. And I think one of their weaknesses as far as Newcastle, they struggle to break down teams who control the ball, which is exactly what Barcelona does. So there's plenty to pick from on either side of the equation here. And when they are forced to defend for deep, long stretches, which Barcelona will most likely do, they leave a lot of gaps behind, and their defensive assignments can at times be horrific. So now let's talk about injuries, because there are 2 injuries here as far as Newcastle, in the name of Jacob Ramsey and Joanne Wissa. That's it. Barcelona has Dani Rodriguez, Marc Ter Stegen, Alejandro Balde, Gavi, and Lamine Yamal all out for this game. And one thing I do want to mention, though, is Hansi Flick was supposed to be out as well because he was suspended. But fortunately for us, he will be able to coach this game. He will be able to manage it because I think his suspension got restored. So he will be able to be there. So let's get to my official prediction for this game. I think Barcelona wins at Newcastle 3-2, and here's why. Barcelona's possession will frustrate Newcastle ultimately. Their wide players will stretch the defense. And with Lewandowski's form, having Rafinha on the right, Marcus Rashford on the left, so starting to pick up form, and I do expect Rashford to have a big game here. And Rashford, and when Ferran comes in, they have a lot of history against Newcastle as well. If Ferran comes in the second half, depending on how Lewandowski does. Barcelona have the firepower to take these chances and make the better and get the best of Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle will create moments on the break, and yes, the atmosphere will be electric, and like I said, they will have some success against Barcelona, but at the end of the day, Barcelona's control of the game will make the difference, and I've got Barcelona winning 3-2 as I'm James Sparks. And don't forget, right after the game and the final whistle, I will be here on my channel with the post-game show, and I know it's going to be a crazy one if we get this W. I will be breaking it all down with you, and all the Barcelona community will be here. So if you're new to this channel, please join in, hit the notification bell, and I will see you after the game. And listen, this isn't just another Champions League game. This is Barcelona sending a message. We are still the best team in Europe that we were last season. We should have been in the final and we just couldn't close it. Yes, it's a St. James Park. It's intimidating, I'll give you that. Physical, it's a big game, but Barcelona, they thrive under pressure and they live for nights like this.